Hello. Hi there. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you for joining us. So this is the third week of November. And this week our intention is I will allow myself to fly. I will allow myself to fly. If you haven't already had a chance to, go ahead and think about that for just a second by yourself. See what first comes to mind, what that makes you think of. If you didn't already know, every Sunday I release an intention on the Facebook page and the event that correlates with the event, Facebook event page that correlates with the event of the week. And I post an intention there so that way you can think about it, contemplate on it, work with a little bit by yourself before we meet together here on Tuesday. So, I will allow myself to fly. It's just a nice intention, isn't it? Doesn't it just sound nice before you really think too far into it? I think so. Before we get too far, I do want to remind everybody that this is a place that you can bring personal intentions into. If anybody ever has any individual, a group, or a cause, or a specific area, a community, or anybody that they think could use some extra love, extra prayers, and healing love and healing energy, feel free to bring that into this circle. There's different ways that you can do that. You can feel free to leave an intention in the comments and we will all see it there throughout the live video. You can send them to me ahead of time. You can do that through the Meditative Astrologer Facebook page, or you can silently bring it into the circle by just thinking the intention to yourself and having it on the forefront of your mind along with whatever else we have going on. So I do want to remind people of that, and I am always open to input that anybody has about pertaining to this whole process in the circle, this wonderful energy that we have going on. I'm always up for recommendations or suggestions or comments, as long as it's done nicely. So I did want to mention those things. So now we will get to it. I will allow myself to fly. I will allow myself to fly. Let's start with lighting our intentional candle. Every week we use white. Universal love, healing, purity, openness. White is a blank slate. It allows you to bring your own energies into it. And as the fire, our intention grows. If you've been here with us before, then you have seen me add a little bit of moon water. Very fortunate with the amount of water I've collected on full moons and new moons lately. So this month, the intentions have kind of unintentionally built upon each other. They've kind of each built on the week before. So the first week of the month we had, I bring attention to my mind and my actions. And then last week, I bring forth the inner beauty of my mind and my heart. And now this week, I will allow myself to fly. We've definitely had this Venusian theme, this Venus energy going on throughout this Scorpio season, which is kind of a nice little balance. But I feel that they've kind of just built on each other, and that wasn't intentional. It's just kind of happened that way. So with the first week of I bring attention to my mind and my actions, first we noticed. We noticed what we had in our mind and what it is that we wanted and what we wanted to do. And then I bring forth the inner beauty of my mind and my heart, and we recognized it. First, we noticed what we had within us, and then we recognized it. And then we brought forward what we found within us. And now, with I will allow myself to fly, now we are rising up strong, and now we are showing up for ourselves and for the world. So we've had this building theme this month. If you missed one of our last videos, you can go back on the YouTube page and you can check them out, and maybe you could even do the 3 meditations in a row. That might be kind of nice. I might do that myself. So like I said, we've definitely had this Venus, this Venusian Venus theme going on here. And last week we had a big focus on Venus and Mercury. So right now we have Venus and Mercury are both coming off of favorable aspects with Pluto, and that follows and brings forth all the depth that we've had lately and just kind of keeps that going. So now that these planets are coming into trines, now we have Venus came into an exact trine with Jupiter, and Mercury I believe tomorrow, and then following after that will be the Sun. So now we have these trines that are coming in with Jupiter, and I see this as a sort of a transformation and then a rise up of our mind and our heart and our desires. So we've had our transformation that we've been going through, and now Jupiter is coming through, and it's going to reward us for the work that we've done. So Jupiter brings us joy, optimism, luck, things like abundance and expansion, sometimes beyond belief and beyond need. Jupiter is the philosopher of the zodiac. So when Jupiter comes around, he brings us wisdom and esoteric knowledge that maybe leads us to be a little insightful. So these are the things that we're starting to come into. Jupiter also rules spirituality and religion. So you see we still have the continuing support and theme there too that we've had with spirituality lately. So first you combine all of that, all of these positive, lucky, joyful, exuberant qualities of Jupiter, and first you combine those with Venus. And that's combining it with all the things that we love, all the things that we desire and cherish, the things that we value, our money, our property. And then it's going to come in contact with Mercury. So first it's going to touch all of these wonderful things that we love, and then it's going to touch Mercury, which is our mind and our thoughts and our perception. Mercury is the way we interpret the world around us. And then finally Jupiter will come into a trine with the Sun, with our light, with our solar body, with our vitality and our energy, what makes us who we are at our deepest core. So these are touching some of the most basic aspects of us, right? I mean, other than the moon. Venus and Mars are 2 of the 3 personal planets. They're the 2 planets that are closest to the Sun. So they are very, very, very individual to each of us. And since they're very personable, they affect us affect us quite deeply on a personal level as well as on a collective level. So that's where we are at. We have lots of joyful optimism, spirituality, and abundance and expansion coming into our Venus areas of our life, the areas where Mercury is in our life, and where our sun shows up in our life. So with that, that's why I think it's time to fly. And with Jupiter being the planet of expansion, I feel like you could almost literally fly, right? So it's time to fly. It's time to allow yourself to fly. With that being said, we do need to practice mindfulness and balance, because the enjoyment of Jupiter can easily turn into things like excess, gluttony, infatuation, obsession, addiction. So moderation is always key, but enjoy this energy that we have around us this week. It's nice. Oh, yes, and then Venus will be entering Sagittarius tomorrow as well. And Sagittarius is the home sign of Jupiter, the home sign of the cheerleader of the zodiac, the you can do it sign. So see how that works out? It just lines up like that, boom, boom, boom. So with Venus entering Sagittarius, it's going to have continue this this Venus-Jupiter combination. So we're going to have this continued theme of connecting the Venusian things in our life with the expansion and the wisdom of Jupiter. So with all of that being said, let's get started. Let's see, I think we're going to have just a little bit of movement in our practice today. So if you're able to have a little bit of space, just kind of like arms width would be fine enough. So I'm going to give you a moment to get comfortable if you haven't already. Find a nice comfortable place to sit. I have a blanket today with me. Feel free to do so yourself, because I'm in Michigan and it's getting to be very cold. It's snowing here now. So make yourself comfortable. Get out any last little minute fidgets that you may have. Take a drink of water. Blow your nose. Clear your throat. All those little things. Wiggle your fingers around. Run around in a circle if you have that much energy to get rid of. And we will start to come to our breath. Remember, we always start by just recognizing our breath, and we just start by noticing where we're at. We don't jump right into this trying to change anything. First, we start by just being. I will allow myself to fly. So you may have your eyes open, you may have them closed. Either is fine for the moment. We're going to do a little expanding. Jupiter is a large planet. We are going to make ourselves take up lots of space, just as Jupiter takes up lots of space in the universe, in our solar system. Want to watch me first? You may. We're going to do just a few hand motions, okay? If at any time this feels uncomfortable, stop. Don't push yourself any further than you feel comfortable. So, let's start with our hands down by our side. Maybe you might want to start by touching the surface below you, kind of feel a little connection with the ground or the chair, the couch, or wherever you might be. And then we're gonna breathe in, and on the inhale, I want you to lift your hands up to the sky slowly. So take a breath in, sweeping our hands up from the side, up overhead, if they reach that far. If not, you just go as far as you can. Maybe your hands are able to meet overhead, maybe not. And on an exhale, we lower our hands down. Good. Now I want you to take another deep breath in, and I want you to sweep your hands up from the side. Maybe you stop with your arms straight out. Maybe you keep going. This is all about what feels good to you and what works for you. If you're able to take a breath with your hands up, go ahead and do so. And then we will meet on an exhale while we drop our hands down. One more time together before you do it. You're on your own. Deep breath in, arms come up in a sweeping motion from the side. Maybe they go up overhead. Maybe, just maybe, they meet in the middle. And then on an exhale, bring your hands back down. Maybe they touch the surface that is below you, maybe not. I want you to keep doing this motion of breathing in and out at your own pace. And as you do so, I want you to intentionally, within your physical space limits, take up as much space as you can. And you will find, as you aim to take up as much space as you can physically, you will take up much, much more space energetically. Spread your arms like you're spreading your wings to fly. Let's meet together the next time your hands come down by your side. And we're going to take this next deep breath in together. So on an inhale, we breathe in very slowly, and slowly our arms come up to their own highest point. And when you get to your highest point, we're going to stay here for just a second, or 2 or 3. Breathe freely here. And then, as we exhale together, I want you to visualize a golden, sparkly white light coming from your fingertips and coming down out of your fingertips and raining over you as your hands come down. Now we're going to take another breath in, and as our hands go up, you can see that same light, that same golden glow come out of your fingertips, but instead of covering you, it's going to go out, away from you, wherever it needs to go. When our hands are coming up from our side and up towards the top, we are covering a 180-degree angle. We are covering each direction from the ground all the way up and back down to the ground. So that energy is going everywhere. As the hands come down, you envelope yourself in this umbrella of healing, loving light. If you were cold before, you are not now. It's nice and warm. Take a couple nice breaths on your own, enjoying this energy and this space that you are creating. I will allow myself to fly. Expansion, abundance, hopefulness, it is my hope that these are things you are feeling at the moment. Now that we've done a little bit of movement, we're going to settle it down, and we're going to go within our body, within our soul, within our mind, within our heart, within the depths of our being. So now you start to deepen your breath. And as you take each inhale in, you feel your lungs expand and you feel that positive beautiful cooling energy of the universe, the love of Mother Earth entering your body, entering your lungs. And as your lungs expand, your diaphragm lowers down, your abdomen swells, your navel moves away from your spine, and you are full of love. And you are full of peace and positivity. And as you exhale, each time you exhale, you feel any negativity, any stress, any tension and worry leaving your body. As you do so, your abdomen returns back to its normal position, your diaphragm moves back up into neutral, and you rest. Continue that pattern of breathing in and out, feeling the good coming in and what no longer serves you leaving your body and your energy field. If it feels right, I'm going to encourage you to bring your hands over your heart. We've done a lot of work here recently. We're bringing things forward that we've stuffed down and that we've repressed. We're shining out to the world and allowing ourselves to fly. I will allow myself to fly. For me, that means there are no chains, there are no limitations, there is nothing holding you back. We have released lots of baggage and negativity previously and today during our breathing in and out. We've released so much that it almost feels as if you are physically lighter, as if you could really physically start to fly and float away. With our heart spaces full in love, abundant, optimistic mind, Mercury and Jupiter, Venus and Jupiter, we are going to take a little walk with that love and that light and that wisdom. We're going to take a walk up a windy, hilly mountain road. Yes, I said walk. But as you start walking, it doesn't even faze you that you are walking all the way up a mountain road. You just start going. Because you've done your work. You're caring for yourself. We've taken care of our mind and our heart. And our intentions are pure. As you walk up this windy mountain road, you can see out pretty far into the distance, and you notice what surrounds you. You notice what noises you do and don't hear. What you smell, how the weather feels. All of these little details that are specific to you. And in no time, you are at the top of that mountain. Wow, you look back and realize how far you came so quickly. You let out a nice, big, refreshing sigh. And you can hear how proud you are of yourself. And as you're standing on the top of this mountain, at the end of this windy road, I want you to give yourself thanks. I want you to give yourself thanks for showing up here, showing up for yourself, and for everybody else that's in this group, and every other person across the world. I thank you for showing up here with me, with each other, with the combined goal and intention of helping ourselves and in turn helping others, even if that is unintentional. Standing at the top of this mountain, you really feel like you could fly. You could just step off and go. But within our hopeful optimism, we are still logical. Balance. Mindful balance. But as you look out, you notice an eagle off into the distance, off to the side. And you see this eagle start to fly from one side of your vision across to the other. And as this eagle flies across the land, overhead of the earth, you see a rainbow light shining down from underneath of it, coming down to all parts of the earth. And then the eagle turns and it starts to go back in the other direction, so it makes a circle around you, around the mountain. So this rainbow light is surrounding you and raining down on all of the land below. This means that any healing of any kind, any love of any flavor that somebody needs right now is going to touch them. And as you look out and you see this translucent rainbow light covering the land as far as you can see, you know that you are able to make a difference. You are able to shine your light forth. You are able to bring attention to your mind and to your actions. You are able to fly. Nothing can hold you back from your goals. And as you start to make your way back down the mountain road, you notice that your mind is quite a bit more clear than it was on the way up. And as you make your way down, you may have little thoughts or insights or messages, any little thing that might pop into your head that may be of a little bit of importance. And if not, that is okay. As we walk down this mountain road, we feel our optimism and our blessings and our knowledge and wisdom growing. We come down into that Jupiterian, Sagittarius mindset of I can do it, you can do it. I know that you can do whatever it is that you need to do or want to do to be heard, to feel loved, and very slowly we will start to bring our attention back to our body. Don't open your eyes quite yet, but start to bring the awareness back to your physical body, back to the space that you take up. And one more time, we're going to do our arm exercise. So, on your own time and on your own breath, take a deep breath in, and as you inhale, bring your arms up overhead and feel your energy expanding. Feel your mind and your heart and your fire expanding. Bring your hands back down. Start to move around a little bit. Your breathing comes back to normal. And now here we are in this positive, optimistic, abundant, lucky, joyful Jupiter energy. I want to thank you so much for joining me here tonight. I am so appreciative of those of you that are here as often as you can, those of you that check in between. If anybody has anything that they want to share that is related to our intention or to our meditation or anything at all, feel free to share it in the comments, or if you don't want to share it publicly, then you can message me at the Meditative Astrologer Facebook page, and maybe we can, I'd like to hear what you'd have to say. I was going to say maybe we can work into sharing that, but I'm going to start by just saying I'd like to hear your thoughts and see how this affects you. Thank you so much for joining me. We will be here again next Tuesday. On Sunday, I will release the intention for next week. If anybody has any reflections that they want to share on that intention, feel free to do so. Again, you can do the same thing. You can comment that, or you can message me. And if anybody has any personal intentions, as I mentioned at the beginning, feel free to bring those into this. We kind of focus more on personal and collective healing, but we can definitely bring personal intentions into this if anybody ever feels the need to do so. And if I could take just a moment to ask you to do all of the liking, subscribing, following. You can there is an event on the Facebook page for next week's meditation circle. If you want a reminder, you can respond to that event. All of those things help me out. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And today, with the energy we have here in this space, it's kind of like I just don't want to leave. So, bring my hands into prayer at my heart space center. If you want to do so, feel free to join me. And I'm going to bow my head slightly, and as I do so, I am bowing my head to the light and to the energy of the divine, to the light and to the energy of Creator, its source, and all that is within you and within me. Until next week, thank you. Have a great week.